Shop smartly and buy just what you need. Keep this and go home as soon as possible. We're all in this together.
There's no lasagna sheets, so we will use pasta. Pasta. We also need, so I'll put a food.
Okay.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Cheat Cooking with Swazi. If you are new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe, like, comment, share, do whatever. And by now, this is my second episode cooking with you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed the first one and you tried it out. And tonight I'm making a lasagna, but I don't have lasagna sheets in my pantry, and therefore we're going to be cheating. We're going to be using penne instead of lasagna sheet, but it's still the same thing. It's still a bechamel sauce. It's still a mince curry. It's still pasta. Let's get into it. This meal, I'm going to be using minced meat. Again, I always use peppers most of the time when I cook, and I try and make it 3. And then I've got some onion, I've got some garlic, I've got my canned tomatoes, and this is my cheat ingredient today, the tomato sauce, about half a cup of tomato sauce, and of course my go-to herb garlic seasoning, and then the milk and the fresh cream and the cheese is for what we call a bechamel sauce. It's a white sauce. So let's go to the stove. This time around, because we're making mince, we're going to start with the onions and the garlic. My oil's not hot, but it should be hot. At the same time, you don't want to burn it. The peppers will go in almost at the same time. Now, mince is ground beef, so it's already been, made easier to cook. It cooks really, really quick. So that's why we can afford to start with the onions, to just saute them nicely. Now, I've heard chefs and people who cook on TV say saute. So this means that you don't burn it. You just make it nice and, Again, we go in with half a teaspoon of curry powder. And I say half a teaspoon because look how tiny my teaspoon is. It's not your standard teaspoon. So we just put that in there. Work that in. Let's leave that to come together for a minute. Just stir every now and again so that it doesn't stick to your pan. If you need a bit more oil, feel free to add. So I'm one person who doesn't overcook onions and green peppers. I like them still with a little bit of crunch. So when you see that they are a bit, sauteed, but they're still crunchy, you can now add in your mince. Break that up. squirt this in. Just make sure that it goes in, and you keep turning so that it cooks nicely. Cover that up for a few minutes. It will cook really fast. I mean, it cooks under 20 minutes, literally. So at this point, I think you should, you're going to be making your white sauce, but you must actually preheat your oven to 180 degrees. We're going to put it on 60 minutes, and we are going to put it on bake. It is nicely browning at this point, and it's cooking through. So this is where I add my mother's secret weapon, about a tablespoon. I hardly measure. Now your mince is literally cooked. There's not more cooking that it's gonna do apart from this. So you add I said that a half a cup of tomato sauce, but I've changed my mind. I actually am gonna use a whole cup of tomato sauce, because this is the secret ingredient. This is where the flavor is. This is where the punch is. This is where your kids will think you are the best Italian chef ever. And you know it's tomato sauce. Season with some salt. It looks too good at this point. Just not too much salt. Just taste, you know. Make sure that you don't overdo it. Yeah. Let's taste it. Just right. So in here it goes. At this point, you can choose to layer it flat. I'd like to put in a little bit of water as well, so that it makes it nice and saucy. So at this point, you just mix. You can choose to actually make this layers as a lasagna, or you can mix it through so that everybody gets a good fair share of the bolognese mince sauce. This is gonna be so nice. Actually, I can't wait to eat. I've just come back from a shoot. I'm exhausted. And I told my kids that I would make this and they love it, so I thought, okay, when I get home, let me just quickly do it. You can now switch this off. This is done. Now we're gonna make the white sauce to go with this, and then we're gonna put some cheese. Yes. How we make the white sauce? The most simplest way for me to make the white sauce is if I use thick cream and avoid the flour, because we're already having pasta. So thick cream, milk, and cheese. Let's do the cream. This is like a cup, I think. Yes, a cup, 250 mils. And this is actually going to start melting in the hot pan. Try and get all of it out. Yo, guys, my mom, when I used to knock the pot like this, yo, she never used to like that. Yo, it used to irritate her. But yeah, it's my house. I can knock the pot a little bit. So there we go. Instantly it melts. Oof. And then this is like just about 300 mils of milk that I put in there. I'm gonna try and avoid using flour to thicken by, number one, using the very thick cream, and what I do is mix that in, stir, stir, stir. This is about I'm not sure, 400 gram of white gouda that goes in there. All I know is that the big block is 900 grams and this is like half a block, so maybe 450. And we mix that in. Mix that in. We're making a sauce that is gonna go over our penne lasagna. Now the cheese is a bit salty, so we don't need to put salt on this. It's just gonna thicken. One more. We have 2 rounds of feta cheese. I love cheese, guys. Yeah. I need to be delivered from cheese. Deliver me from cheese, mighty God. Yo, I love cheese. So just break that in. Coming back to stir. We just switched off the stove because I know that this will still melt. Yes. Now comes the fun part where we layer the food and then we go for the oven and then voila, we're done. The sauce. Final ingredient. Ooh. Guys, this meal, don't eat it if you want to lose weight. I actually didn't eat this the whole of June because I was eating clean. We're ready for the oven. So excuse my oven lights. I don't have an oven light. I don't know what happened. I just discovered. Wow. Always a winner. Yes. So guys, this is now ready and I've got my 2 food tasters today. I've got Gugu and Dando. It's a bit hot.
Some water.
It's a bit hot, so let's be careful, guys.
Okay, Mom.
So this is always a winner. You can now portion it into your 8 portions, depending on how many people you have in your house. Oh, it smells divine.
Delicious.
Okay. There we go. This is our penne lasagna. Wow. Wow. Ooh, it's a bit piping hot. I don't know how these guys are going to cope with this. Anyway, we're going to have to blow, 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 and blow, and blow. Okay, Daniel, you can blow for yourself.
This one's mine.
Yeah, that's yours. Just blow. Okay, let me help Google out. Ooh, it's hot.
Let me see if it's long.
No.
Is it
Pepeta. Yes. She's eager. Pepeta? Foot pepeta? Pepeta. Pepeta. Kupetu. I think it's now fine. Okay, there we go. Imnant. Imnant. How's it done? No, he's speaking with his mouth full. Guys, see you next time on Cheat Cooking with Swazi. We're going to bring you another family favorite.